This forgotten hardy plant thrives in drought, flood, and winter frost, a survival garden secret. What if I told you there are forgotten plants that survive drought, flooding, and winter frost, while still producing food, medicine, or valuable harvests? In a time when extreme weather is becoming normal, climate-resilient crops are no longer optional. They are essential for survival gardening and true self-sufficiency. Today, we're uncovering powerful but overlooked plants that thrive where others fail. These are not trendy supermarket crops, but rugged survival garden secrets used in homesteading, permaculture design, and sustainable living systems. Let's dive in. One, sea buckthorn, Hippophae rhamnoides, the cold-hardy superfruit that refuses to die. Sea buckthorn might be one of the most underrated survival garden plants in modern homesteading. This rugged shrub, scientifically known as Hippophae rhamnoides, thrives in drought conditions, survives seasonal flooding, and handles brutal winter frost without complaint. While many fruit crops fail under climate stress, sea buckthorn actually performs better in tough environments. It has deep, nitrogen-fixing roots that improve soil health naturally, making it perfect for organic gardening and regenerative agriculture systems. If you are serious about sustainable living or self-sufficient backyard farming, this is a plant worth rediscovering. In drought-prone areas, sea buckthorn stands out because of its extensive root system that pulls moisture from deep underground. It tolerates sandy soil, poor soil fertility, and even coastal wind exposure, which makes it ideal for climate-resilient landscaping. Unlike delicate berry bush, it does not require constant irrigation or expensive fertilizers. This makes it highly attractive for low-maintenance gardening and eco-friendly landscaping projects. For anyone building a survival food garden or permaculture backyard design, this plant checks every box. What truly makes sea buckthorn powerful is its bright orange berries, packed with vitamin C, antioxidants, and omega fatty acids. These berries are widely used in the health supplement industry, herbal medicine, and immune-boosting natural remedies. In fact, sea buckthorn oil is considered a high-value product in the natural skincare and nutraceutical market. From a homesteading income perspective, it can even become a profitable specialty crop. So while it looks like a simple hardy shrub, it is actually a powerful superfruit investment for long-term food security. Two, Aronia berry, black chokeberry, the flood-tolerant antioxidant powerhouse. Aronia berry, also known as black chokeberry, is another forgotten survival plant that modern gardeners are slowly rediscovering. This tough native shrub tolerates heavy rain, temporary flooding, freezing temperatures, and summer drought surprisingly well. Unlike many fruit bush that struggle with root rot, Aronia adapts to wet soil conditions without collapsing. That resilience makes it an excellent choice for unpredictable climate zones and extreme weather gardening. If you are designing a resilient backyard orchard or edible landscape, Aronia deserves a serious look. One of Aronia's biggest advantages is its flexibility in soil types. It grows in clay soil, loamy soil, and even slightly acidic soil without constant soil amendments. Once established, it becomes drought tolerant and requires very little maintenance compared to traditional berry crops. This reduces long-term gardening costs and water usage, which is critical for sustainable farming and water-wise landscaping. For those interested in homestead food production or organic backyard gardening, this shrub fits beautifully into permaculture systems. Nutritionally, aronia berries are known as one of the richest sources of antioxidants among edible fruits. They are widely studied for heart health, immune system support, and anti-inflammatory benefits. Because of this, they are popular in the health food market, used in juices, powders, dietary supplements, and functional foods. That opens opportunities not only for personal nutrition, but also for small-scale agricultural entrepreneurship. In a survival garden focused on nutrient density and long-term resilience, aronia is a quiet but powerful asset. Three, elderberry, the winter-defying medicinal shrub every survival garden needs. Elderberry is often associated with traditional herbal medicine, but many people forget how incredibly tough this plant really is. It tolerates cold winters, survives frost, and even handles seasonal flooding better than most fruiting shrubs. While some crops fail after one harsh winter, elderberry comes back strong each spring. Its adaptability makes it perfect for temperate climates and off-grid homestead gardens. If you are building a climate-proof food forest, this plant naturally belongs in your design. Elderberry thrives in moist soil but can also adapt to drier conditions once established. It grows quickly, forms dense hedges, and can serve as both a privacy screen and a food source. That dual-purpose design makes it valuable in sustainable landscaping and functional garden planning. Because it requires minimal chemical inputs, it aligns perfectly with organic gardening principles. For backyard farmers looking to combine beauty, privacy, and edible production, elderberry is incredibly efficient. The berries themselves are widely known for immune-boosting properties and are used in syrups, teas, tinctures, and natural cold remedies. In the herbal supplement market, elderberry products have become extremely popular, especially during flu season. This gives the plant not only survival value but also strong economic potential in small-scale agriculture. With rising interest in natural health solutions and plant-based medicine, elderberry fits perfectly into the modern homesteading lifestyle. It is not just a plant from folklore, it is a smart, climate-resilient investment for long-term food security. Four, basket willow, Salix viminalis, the flood-proof resource plant most gardeners overlook. Basket willow, known scientifically as Salix viminalis, is rarely discussed in survival gardening circles, yet it may be one of the most resilient multi-purpose plants you can grow. This fast-growing willow thrives in wet soil, tolerates seasonal flooding, and survives freezing winters with ease. While many fruit crops struggle with excess water, basket willow actually prefers moist environments and riverbank conditions. That makes it ideal for flood-prone land, drainage areas, and low-lying backyard zones that are hard to plant. In a climate-resilient garden design, this kind of adaptability is pure gold. Beyond its toughness, basket willow plays an important role in regenerative agriculture and sustainable land management. Its extensive root system stabilizes soil, reduces erosion, and improves water absorption in vulnerable landscapes. Many permaculture designers use willow in natural water filtration systems and eco-friendly landscaping projects. It grows rapidly, meaning it can be harvested regularly without damaging the plant long-term. For homesteaders interested in self-sufficiency and low-input farming systems, it's a highly practical addition. What makes basket willow especially valuable is its economic potential beyond food production. The flexible branches are traditionally used for basket weaving, garden structures, fencing, and even natural building materials. In rural entrepreneurship and small-scale farming, willow can become a renewable craft material with passive income opportunities. It also supports biodiversity, providing habitat for pollinators and beneficial insects. While it may not produce berries or fruit, it strengthens the overall resilience of a survival garden ecosystem. Five, daylilies, Homestead, the edible perennial that survives almost anything. Daylilies, scientifically known as Homestead, are often planted for ornamental landscaping, but few people realize they are also edible and incredibly hardy. These perennials tolerate drought, survive winter frost, and even handle occasional flooding once established. Unlike delicate annual vegetables that require constant replanting, daylilies return year after year with minimal maintenance. That makes them perfect for low-maintenance gardening and long-term food security planning. In sustainable homestead design, perennial crops like this reduce labor and increase stability. One of the greatest advantages of daylilies is their adaptability to different soil conditions. They grow in clay soil, sandy soil, and moderately fertile garden beds without heavy fertilization. Once rooted, they become drought tolerant and require very little irrigation compared to traditional vegetables. This dramatically reduces water costs and supports water-wise landscaping strategies. For those building a climate-resilient food garden, daylilies offer dependable production with minimal risk. The flower buds, flowers, and even tuber-like roots of certain daylily varieties are edible and used in traditional cuisines. They can be sautéed, added to soups, or used in stir-fries, making them a versatile edible landscaping plant. Because they are both decorative and functional, they align perfectly with modern edible garden trends and backyard sustainability movements. Their dual purpose increases property value while supporting self-sufficient living. In a survival garden, a plant that is beautiful, edible, and nearly indestructible is hard to ignore. Six, highbush cranberry, Viburnum trilobum, the cold climate fruit that endures frost. Highbush cranberry, also called Viburnum trilobum, more accurately Viburnum opulus var. Americanum, is a cold hardy shrub that thrives in freezing temperatures and harsh winters. It tolerates frost, heavy snow, and fluctuating seasonal conditions without significant damage. In northern climates where fruit options are limited, this plant offers reliable harvests year after year. It also adapts to wet soil and seasonal flooding better than many traditional orchard trees. For anyone focused on northern homesteading or cold climate permaculture, this shrub is a strategic choice. Highbush cranberry grows well in a range of soil types and can function as both a windbreak and wildlife-friendly hedge. Its dense growth pattern supports biodiversity and attracts pollinators during flowering season. That ecological value strengthens sustainable farming systems and backyard orchard resilience. Once established, it requires minimal chemical input, aligning with organic gardening principles. It is a practical example of how ornamental shrubs can double as productive edible crops. The bright red berries are rich in vitamin C and antioxidants, commonly used in sauces, jellies, and traditional preserves. Although tart when raw, they become flavorful after frost, which naturally sweetens them. In niche markets focused on heritage foods and natural health products, highbush cranberry can hold strong specialty crop value. This makes it relevant not just for food security, but also for small-scale agricultural income. In survival gardening, versatility and cold tolerance are powerful advantages. 7. Jerusalem artichoke, Helianthus tuberosus. The underground survival crop that replants itself. Jerusalem artichoke, also known as Helianthus tuberosus or sunchoke, may be one of the most reliable survival crops ever grown. This tall sunflower relative tolerates drought, survives winter frost, and rebounds even after neglect. Unlike many root vegetables, it does not require replanting each season because any small tuber left in the soil will regrow. That natural regeneration makes it ideal for food security planning and low-maintenance farming systems. In a world of rising food costs, self-replicating crops are incredibly valuable. Jerusalem artichoke adapts to poor soil, sandy soil, and even partially flooded conditions. Once established, it forms a dense patch that suppresses weeds and reduces garden maintenance. This supports regenerative agriculture principles and sustainable food production models. It requires very little fertilizer and minimal pest control compared to potatoes or other tubers. For backyard farmers seeking resilient, calorie-dense crops, this plant delivers dependable yields. Nutritionally, the tubers are rich in inulin, a prebiotic fiber that supports gut health and digestive wellness. They can be roasted, mashed, or added to soups, making them versatile in the kitchen. In specialty health food markets, Jerusalem artichoke products are valued for blood sugar management and functional nutrition. That gives it potential as both a homestead staple and a niche agricultural product. When it comes to survival gardening, few plants offer this level of resilience, productivity, and economic potential. Conclusion. In a world of rising food prices, unpredictable weather, and fragile supply chains, resilient plants are one of the smartest long-term investments you can make. Sea buckthorn, aronia, elderberry, basket willow, daylilies, highbush cranberry, and Jerusalem artichoke prove that survival gardening is not about fragile perfection, it's about strength, adaptability, and smart design. These climate-resilient crops reduce water usage, require fewer chemical inputs, and support sustainable homesteading systems that can last for decades. Whether your goal is food security, organic farming, regenerative agriculture, or even small-scale agricultural income, these plants offer real, practical solutions. The question isn't whether they can survive extreme conditions. It's whether we're ready to plant smarter for the future.